Hello dear friends. So welcome back to the next session on quadratic equations. In the previous sessions we have seen how to solve the quadratic equation in three different methods. One is the factorization method, the next one was the formula method, and the third one was completing the square method. In all the three cases the quadratic equations were given, that is the equation was given, you were finding the roots. So in this session we are going to see the reverse of that. That means if the roots are given, you have to find the quadratic equation. How can we do that? Okay, so and we are going to deal such kind of problems today, and some different types of problems which are asked for your examination purpose. Okay, are you ready? Let's directly get on to the topic. The concept goes like this: if alpha and beta are two roots of the quadratic equation which I am supposed to find out. He has given me the roots alpha and beta. Let us assume the two values are the roots of the quadratic equation. Then the required quadratic equation is given by. So how do you find the quadratic equation when the roots are given? So the pattern, the formula is x square minus alpha plus beta, that is x square minus alpha plus beta means the sum of the two roots. So x square minus of alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta, that is equal to 0. That is x square minus sum of the roots into x plus product of the roots is equal to 0. It is as simple as this. He will give you two roots, okay, and he will ask you to find the quadratic equation. Let's take an example to understand this concept clearly. Now this would be a one marker question. Form the quadratic equation whose roots are given by. That means let us solve one or two questions on this pattern. He has given two roots. The roots are 2 and 3. Okay. Now I have to find out the quadratic equation. It's very simple. If the two values are given, you need not break your head thinking which one shall I take as alpha and the other one as beta. Okay, it's up to you. You need not worry much. Let you start this way: alpha is equal to 2 and beta is equal to 3. It's up to you. You can consider alpha as 2 and beta as 3, alpha as 2 and beta as 3, or you can consider alpha as 3 and beta as 2. It does not make any difference. Okay, then alpha plus beta, that is sum of the roots, will be 2 plus 3, that is nothing but 5. Next, alpha into beta is nothing but 2 into 3, that is nothing but 6. Therefore required quadratic equation is given by. Write the formula for your safety purpose. It is x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta is equal to 0. Therefore x square, what is alpha plus beta? I have already found out, that is minus 5x plus alpha into beta is 6 is equal to 0, and this is the solution which I am supposed to get. So it's very simple to find out the quadratic equation if the roots are given. First I took a very simple roots. Let us see how we can solve the next question. In the next question the roots are minus 3 and 4. Okay, you can consider here, let alpha be minus 3 and beta be 4. Okay, therefore alpha plus beta is equal to minus 3 plus 4, that is nothing but 4 minus 3, it is 1. Next, alpha into b is equal to minus 3 into 4, that is nothing but 4 3s is 12 with a negative sign. Therefore you can directly write the quadratic equation if it is a one marker question. So required quadratic equation is, remember, it is x square minus sum of the roots. So what is sum of the roots? It is 1. So 1 into x is x as it is. Okay, next, plus, actually the equation is plus alpha into beta, but because alpha into beta is negative, I'm going to take it as minus 12 is equal to 0. So this will be my required quadratic equation. Okay, so similarly you can consider another example if you want both as negative. Let me take minus 2 and minus 1. Okay, so the solution goes like this. So I have alpha is as minus 2 and beta as minus 1. So alpha plus beta is nothing but minus 2 plus minus 1. So both are negatives. When you add, it will be resultant negative. So minus 2 plus minus 1 is minus 3. And when you multiply, minus 2 into minus 1 will give me 2 into 1, that's 2. And the negative into negative becomes positive. Therefore, the required quadratic equation is, okay, remember it is x square minus of, what is alpha plus beta? It is already minus 3. So minus of minus becomes, it is plus 3x, and product of the root is plus 2 is equal to 0. If suppose if you have any doubt whether this is the solution, you can go back and say factorize this, you will get back this equation. Okay, let's move. This is very simple. Now let me take some complicated roots and see how we can solve it. Let us go to the next question. Now here the given roots are, the first root is 3 plus root 2 and the next root is 3 minus root 2. Okay, here let me take alpha as 3 plus root 2 and beta as 3 minus root 2. Therefore, let me get the sum of the roots. So alpha plus beta is equal to, actually we will get 3 plus root 2 plus of 3 minus root 2. See what happens here, root 2 with positive and negative gets cancels. I'll get 3 plus 3, that is nothing but 6. Okay, now alpha into beta is equal to 3 plus root 2 into 3 minus root 2. Okay, so this is nothing but, now this is of the form a plus b into a minus b. We know the value of a plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square, that is 3 square minus root 2 square. So this is nothing but 3 square is 9 minus root 2 square is square and root gets cancels, you will get 2 itself. So 9 minus 2 is 7. Okay, so I got the sum of the roots, I got the product of the roots. Therefore, required quadratic equation is, as I told you, it is x square. Now what is sum of the roots? It is, actually since it is 6, I'll take negative of 6 into x, and product of the roots is 7 plus 7 is equal to 0, and this is the required quadratic equation. Okay, okay, we'll find one more similar question and we'll move on to the next process. Let's continue. So I have one root as 1 minus root 2 and the next root as 1 plus root 2. Okay, so as usual, let me take alpha as 1 minus root 2 and beta as 1 plus root 2. Okay, let me take alpha plus beta, which is sum of the roots. So it is 1 minus root 2 plus of 1 plus root 2. Very simple. Minus root 2 and plus root 2 gets cancels. The leftover terms are 1 plus 1. That is nothing but 2. Okay. Now next, product of the roots is alpha into beta. It is 1 minus root 2 into 1 plus root 2. Similar to the previous question. So it is a plus b into a minus b form. So it is a square minus b square. That is 1 square minus root 2 square. So this is nothing but 1 square is 1 minus root 2 square will be 2. Okay, so 1 minus 2 is minus 1. Okay, therefore the quadratic equation, okay, required quadratic equation is, so remember it is x square, next minus of sum of the roots is what, 2. So minus 2 into x plus product of the roots, but actually since the product of the roots is minus 1, I'm going to take minus 1 is equal to 0. So this is the required quadratic equation. I hope this question is very simple. Sometimes he will ask you to find the quadratic equation for one marker. Okay. Now next concept is, let us have a small discussion about the sum and product of the roots of a quadratic equation. Okay, sometimes for a 1 marker question, he'll ask you to find the sum of the roots of the quadratic equation. He'll give you a quadratic equation and he'll ask you to find the sum of the roots of the quadratic equation. Now it would be a hectic work for you to find both the roots and then find the sum. Now there should be some alternative method of finding the sum of the roots or product of the roots. So that process we follow similar to the problems which we did just previously. Okay, now let me assume that let alpha and beta be the roots, okay, of a quadratic equation. Let me take a general quadratic equation. Yes, we know the general quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Okay, now we know that the root, if alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation, then the quadratic equation you get is actually x square minus of alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta is equal to 0. You can take it as equation star. Now what I can do it is, try to make this equation into this form so that I will get the sum of the roots and product of the roots. Now let me take this general equation as equation 1. If you divide the equation 1 throughout by a, I am going to get a into x square divided by a, right, plus b into x by a plus c by a is equal to 0. Now a and a gets cancelled, so I am left over with x square plus b minus a into x plus c minus a is equal to 0. Okay, now just see small correction I am going to do. Now if I want to compare this equation with this, I'll do a small change. So I'll take x square, I want minus here, so if I take minus outside, then I have to take another minus inside, because minus of minus should give me plus. So minus of b by a into x plus this remains same, c by a is equal to 0. So let me consider this as equation double star. Okay, now check here, if you compare these two equations, okay, so if you compare these two equations, it's very easy for me to find out the sum of the roots. So here I'm going to get two components. First one is sum of the roots. So sum of the roots is nothing but, actually the roots I took it as alpha plus beta. Now the sum of the roots of any quadratic equation is, compare these two equations, in place of alpha plus beta I have minus b divided by a, or minus of b by a. In the similar way, the product of the roots, so the product of the roots is nothing but alpha into b. So if you compare this equation with this, you can see here the product of the root of a here is c by a. So if he gives you a quadratic equation and ask you to find out the sum of the roots and product of the roots, how can we do it? Let's take a small example and understand this clearly. Dear students, consider this question. Find the sum and product of the roots of given quadratic equation. Now he has given me a quadratic equation. I am supposed to find out its sum of the roots and product of the roots. I need not find both the roots and then take the sum or product. According to my previous procedure, I am going to follow it. So here, compare the given equation with the regular form. Here a is nothing but 1, b is nothing but 4, c is nothing but minus 3. Okay, therefore sum of the roots is, as I told you, it is minus b by a. So sum of the roots is minus b by a. So minus of b is 4 divided by a is 1. So that is nothing but minus 4. And the next thing is product of the roots. So product of the roots is nothing but, yes, Vishal, it is c by a. So c is minus 3 divided by a is 1, so it is nothing but minus 3. So it is as simple to find out the sum of the roots and product of the roots if the equation is already given. Okay. Similarly, next let's consider the next question. I have a quadratic equation here. The equation is 2x square minus 4x plus 1 equals 0. It's very obvious. The value of a is 2 here, the value of b is minus 4, and the value of c is 1. Okay. Now let's directly find out the sum of the roots. The sum of the roots is, formula is, we know it is minus b by a. So that is nothing but minus of, what is the b value here? B value is minus 4 divided by a value is 2. Okay. Now minus of minus becomes plus, and 4 divided by 2 is 2 itself. That's it. Now the product of the roots is c by a. So this is nothing but c is 1 divided by 2. So this doesn't divide, keep it as it is. So in this way you can find the sum and product of the roots if the two quadratic equations are, if the given quadratic equation we have. Okay. Dear students, okay, now let's consider this question. For what values of k the equation kx square plus 6x plus 1 is equal to 0 has equal roots. Now I want to find out the unknown value k here. Now given data is this equation as real roots. Okay, the concept is very simple. Okay, roots are real. When do you see the roots are real and equal? Okay, it's very obvious. In this chapter we are not dealing with roots which are not real. Okay, so he is saying the equation has real roots. So equal roots. So if the roots are real and equal, okay, the concept is roots are real and equal if the discriminant value is greater than 0. If the discriminant value is equal to 0. Okay, greater than 0, it will have equal real roots, but it will have distinct roots. Because he is saying equal roots, so take the discriminant value to 0, you will get the value of k, whatever the unknown is. Now check here, the given equation is k into x square plus 6 into x plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so here a is nothing but k, b is nothing but 6, c is nothing but 1. Okay, so therefore discriminant value, which is delta, some books or some people take it as capital D, that's not a problem. Okay, so the discriminant value is delta, which is nothing but b square minus 4ac. Okay, so 0 is equal to, why am I taking discriminant value 0? Because I told you the roots are equal, therefore discriminant value is 0. Now b square is 6 square minus 4 into a value is nothing but k and c value is 1. Okay, now 0 is nothing but 6 square is 36 minus 4 into k. Okay, now bring 4a to the left hand side, you will get 4a is equal to 4k is equal to 36. Therefore k is equal to 36 divided by 4, which is nothing but 9. You can write it as k value is equal to 9. Okay, so for k is equal to 9, this equation will have equal roots. Okay, I have one more question similar to this. Let's see that question also. Now this is also similar question. The equation is x square plus mx plus 4 equal to 0. The question is, this equation has equal roots. The quadratic equation will have equal roots. You have to find the value of m. Clearly, or here you can take a value is 1, b value is m, c value is 4. Okay, now you can say here directly equal roots implies discriminant value, that is b square minus 4ac will be equal to 0. Okay, that is, now what is b square minus 4ac? B square is nothing but m whole square minus 4 into a value is 1 and c value is 4. So this is equal to 0. Okay. Now this is nothing but m square minus, now 4 fours are is, I have 16 is equal to 0. So I'll get m square is nothing but 16. I have m square is 16. Therefore m is equal to plus or minus root 16. So I have plus or minus root 16. This is nothing but 16 is a perfect square. I'll get plus or minus 4. Okay. So the value of m is nothing but plus or minus 4. This way you can find out the unknown value with the given condition. Okay. Dear students, now consider this question which was asked in CBSE 2002. If one of the roots of the quadratic equation 2x square plus kx minus 6 is equal to 0 is 2, means we know the quadratic equation will have two roots. He has already given you one root, that is 2. Find the value of k. So first you have to find the value of unknown value k and also find the other root. Okay. Now let me take the given equation. So the given equation is 2x square plus kx minus 6 equals to 0. Let me take it as equation 1. Since 2 is the root of this equation, okay, 2 satisfies equation 1, means if you substitute the value of 2, it will satisfy the equation 1. That is why it is called the root. So substitute for x here. So in place of x, substitute 2. So 2 into x square becomes 2 square plus k into 2 minus 6 is equal to 0. Okay. Now 2 square is 4. 4 twos are becomes 8. Okay. 8 plus 2k minus 6 is equal to 0. So solve it. 2k, now 8 minus 6 will be plus 2 is equal to 0. Take 2 to right hand side. So 2k will be minus 2. Therefore k will be minus 2 by 2. That is nothing but minus 1. Therefore I got the value of k as minus 1. Now my duty is I have to find out the other root. Now I have one interesting fact about finding the root when the other equation, when the one root is given. This process we generally call it as synthetic division. Now this process is synthetic division. Okay. So for this, take down the given equation as it is. The equation is 2x square. Okay, substitute the value of k here. K is minus 1. So 2x square minus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Okay. Now the process of synthetic division is very simple. This will make your work so easy. Okay. Take the coefficient of x square first. Next the coefficient of x. Next the constant term. Whatever it is, take it as it is. Now we are just going to divide it. The process goes like this. He has told you 2 is one of the root. So take 2 as it is. Now replace this value as it is. Now this is the procedure for synthetic division. Replace this 2 as it is. So first value just replace as it is. So 2 is taken as it is. Now 2 2s will be 4. Okay. So 2 2s is 4. Now solve this. 4 minus 1 will give me 3. Okay. Now again multiply. 3 into 2 is 6. Okay. So 3 into 2 is 6. Just write here. Now you can see here 6 minus 6 and plus 6 will give me 0. It should be obvious. You should get 0. Okay. If you get 0, it is a proof that 2 is one of the root. Now the given quadratic equation will turn into linear equation. How? So x square will cover, now the linear equation will become 2 times, so the power of x will become 1 just. So 2 times x, now the value is plus 3. So plus 3 is equal to 0. So the other factor is I'll get 2x plus 3. Now from this I'll get 2x is equal to minus 3. Therefore x is equal to minus 3 divided by 2. Okay. So the other root of this quadratic equation is minus 3 by 2. Okay. Otherwise what you have to do is you can again factorize. If you don't want to follow this synthetic division method, it is actually very simple. Once you practice it, it's very easy to find out. I repeat once again, the synthetic division procedure is for whatever the coefficient of x square. In case you don't have the value of x, don't leave it as it is. If the x term is absent, just take the coefficient of x is 0. Okay, in case it's absent. So I know one root here 2. So now replace the term as it is. Now cross multiply. Always it's multiply. 2 into 2 will give me 4. Now solve this. 4 minus 1 is 3. Now again multiply. 3 2s is 6, and right here 6 minus 6 should give me 0. If it is not 0, that means 2 is not the root of this quadratic equation. Because it is the root of this equation, you will get 0. Now the quadratic equation will become a linear equation. How? Now this value will be the coefficient of x, and this will be the constant term. So 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. From this I'll get x value is minus 3 by 2. So this is the solution of the given quadratic equation. The students, so let's take one last question for the session. The question was asked in CBSE 2016. The question goes like this: if x is equal to 2 by 3 and x is equal to minus 3 are the roots of the quadratic equation ax square plus 7x plus b is equal to 0, find the values of a and b. He has given both the roots of the given quadratic equation, but at the same time I have two unknowns a and b. I have to find out the values of a and b. Okay, so how I'm going to find out? Let's take the given procedure. The given equation is I have ax square plus 7x plus b is equal to 0. Take it as equation 1. Okay, now put x is equal to 2 by 3. Put x is equal to 2 by 3 in equation 1. Because x is equal to 2 by 3 is a root, it will satisfy the given equation. So a into, so it is 2 by 3 whole square plus 7 into 2 by 3 plus b is equal to 0. Okay, so here what happens if you take the 2 square, so you will get actually 4 by 9 a square, because 2 square is 4 and 3 square is 9. So 4 by 9a plus 7 2s is 14 by 3 plus b is equal to 0. Okay, now I'll multiply throughout the equation by, I'll multiply this equation by 9. What I'm going to get? I'll get 4a plus, now it is 3 3s is 9. So I'll multiply 3 here. 14 3s is 42 plus 9b is equal to 0. Okay, or I can write this as 4a plus 9b is equal to minus 42. Let me take this as one equation in a and b. Now first I put x is equal to minus 2 by 3. Now we'll put another value, x is equal to the given value is minus 3 in equation 1. Okay, see what happens. I'm taking put x is equal to minus 3. So okay, so a into, I'll get minus 3 whole square plus 7 into minus 3 plus b is equal to 0. So minus 3 square is 9. Because it is power is even, minus goes off. So it is 9a minus 7 3s is 21 plus b is equal to 0. Or I can take this as 9a plus b is equal to 21. Okay, now I have 9b here, I have just b. Now I have to solve these equations 2 and 3. So before I go, okay, let me take this as equation 3. Now I have to solve the simultaneous equations 2 and 3 to get the values of a and b. Okay, now I'm going to keep the equation 2 as it is. So it is 4a plus 9b is equal to minus 42. But I will multiply 9 to this equation and take here. So 9 9s is 81a plus 9b is equal to 21 into 9. 21 into 9 is 189. Let's solve the simultaneous equations. So it is minus over here, again minus, and this is minus. So plus 9b minus 9b gets cancels. So 4a minus 81a is minus 77a. Okay, so this is nothing but I have minus 189 minus 42. Okay, so this will be, both are negatives, you add up, you will get minus 231. You add up, you will get 9 plus 2 is 11, so 1 left over, 8 plus 4 is 12, plus 1 13, so 1 is borrow, so 231. Therefore, a value will be minus 231 divided by minus 77. If you divide it, 77 3s will give me 231. Therefore, I got the value of a as 3. Okay, substitute the value of a into any one equation, you will get the value of b. Okay, now take this. I have 9 times a, that is 3, plus b is equal to 21. This is from equation 3. Okay, now 9 3s is 27 plus b is equal to 21. Therefore, b is equal to 21 minus 27. Therefore, b value is equal to minus 6. So, I have a value as 3 and b value as minus 6. If you want to write down the quadratic equation also, you can easily write down, okay, required quadratic equation is, okay, it is ax square. I got the value of a as 3, so it is 3x square, okay, plus 7x, 7 times x, plus b value is actually minus 6 equal to 0. If he asks you to find out the equation, you find out, but here he has just asked you to find out the unknown values a and b. I got the unknown values, and this is how I solve the given question. Okay, the students, I hope you have understood all the concepts which have been taught in the class. We'll come again with another different concept with the same chapter, quadratic equation, in the coming sessions. Until then, take care and bye.